Так, что? Богословские споры? Ну давай, поехали.
Your Excellency, what would you like to know?
Попавшие члены.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing, and I'm not even talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Ну, до Сарде может сходить. В чем проблема?
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt, the handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders, something our brother cannot accept. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake, forged by the natives themselves.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
В данном случае столкнулись два мнения. Мнение ученого и проповедника, и мнение политика и религиозного фанатика. Но я против инквизиции.
Brother Virgil, what do you want? Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence, roaming around the camp at night. I am certain that they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here. We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well. I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
Can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the supervisor of our team. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most. Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding...
Ну вот это правильно.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching.
Да, там я видел, труп валялся.
To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
Ой, короче. Лишь бы обвинить кого-то. Да это там, это тварь, это. Так, надо вернуться, получается, один... Так. возле прям... Где-то здесь, да? Получается. Я пойду к лагерю. Сюда, значит. Так, вот лагерь. Так. Я думаю, двое мертвых и как? И один живой. Так, там что-то валяется. Труп.
This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
Наука 2, подожди.
That is unlikely. Look, my child, the wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that in my opinion he was struck from behind with a mace, most likely.
Подожди. Я хочу кое-что. У меня наука, талант на науку 1 есть. Да. Сейчас мы возьмем вещичку с наукой. Так, это, да? Она мне на взлом. Давай вот это. Сумку. Так, возьмем еще... Где они, ювелирские? Или они у меня с собой уже? С собой. Так, поменяем. В смысле? Я ж поменял. Или я не поменял?
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And
Так Петрус мне только что это сказал.
surrounding the body showed that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death.
Петрус мне только что это и сказал.
His skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child, the wound is located.
Подожди, у тебя наука что-то прокачана?
I regret to say that in my opinion he was struck from behind with a mace, most likely.
Ладно, я на всякий случай это взял. Подожди, что? Да, фиг его знает. Так. Это я был. Там где-то прям... вот здесь. Вас же не было. И еще раз. Хорошо. Два четвертый, ништяк. Продолжаем. Ярость. Так, а вот ярость, мне интересно. Я возьму так. Будет копиться? Кого-чит наложен, нет? Значит, выработка ярости имеется в виду при атаке. На плюс 5 больше. Когда атакуем. Хорошо. Так, а что мне сейчас на данный момент щит мне дает равновесие? А, броню. Выработка ярости плюс 13. Равновесие. Выработка ярости. Следующий даст мне сопротивление. И... эффект на союзников. У меня будет полностью вот эта часть. Ладно. Наука.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it.
Да у вас тут это, разборки, я смотрю. И друг друга обвиняют. Так, подожди, выйти можно здесь? Так, там я не поднимусь. Так.
The cause of death is no mystery. This man was attacked by one of
Level
those large reptiles, a Llewellyn, and yet these iridescent marks on his skin make me think that a stasis spell was cast on him first. He was intentionally immobilized so that he would fall prey to this animal. It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
All these disguised deaths, these abject crimes. The natives can be violent, but they are not deceitful. I'm afraid that Brother Virgil may have found a way to take control of the expedition. He should be judged for it.
Indeed, I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Вот так. Такая вот, оказывается, он скотина. Да, ремесло, наверное, выбрать. Может быть, я фиолетовый смогу ставить. Дырдочки. Так, давай мы до рассвета тут темновать. Так. Арестовать.
Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency, weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages. Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Oh, Virgil, would you please stop taking us for fools? The natives had no hand in this.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues.
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
It is undeniable that these discoveries could cause a great upset in Taleme. But he has no right to decide what should be revealed.
Да мне, честно говоря, на волнение в Телиме глубоко похеру, вот честно.
Cornelia should be the one to decide.
Вердикт должна вынести Корнеля, согласен.
Your accusations, though. Eugenia and her colleagues are on edge. We wouldn't want them to start killing each other.
Sorry, Brother Virgil, but I cannot accept. You will take your belongings and leave this place.
Не будем
The
перед
research
всеми.
will continue and their discoveries will be studied by wiser people than you. The decision to reveal them or not.
Если разоблачить перед всеми, это как конфликт как раз.
My colleagues and I will go back to Eden. I hope that you don't regret your decision.
А так я как бы, типа... Мягкий вариант, не знаю.
Alas, I have found the dead bodies of your colleagues.
How horrible. But how? Oh, perhaps I should have listened to Brother Virgil.
I doubt it. Brother Virgil is responsible for these deaths. He was hoping to blame the natives for them and discredit you.
What? But why would he? He will have to answer for his crimes.
As I do not have the authority to arrest him, I sent him back to Eden. If you want him to face judgment, you will have to report what happened to the Mother Cardinal.
You are right. As soon as we get back to civilization, I will make sure that she hears about it. Once more, your help has been a blessing. Take this. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
Так, это имеется в виду, скорее всего, вот сюда, вот, да? Да. Ну, пойдем, пойдем. С места раскопок и куда-то там тропа. Тут нет тропы? Ладно. Ну, крюк придется делать, да? Подожди, а тут разве не тупик? Так, тут нету прохода. Ага. А, ну вот, можно было налево и направо. Все. Так. Далеко. Это кто? Это вараны. Что? Так. Сколько? 1, 2. Так, и где нахожусь? Мне надо направо, давай тут чуть посмотрим. То что? Светящийся шарик. О. Мелочь, но приятно. Так, сюда, правильно? Матеус, Матеус. Я думаю, тут, наверное, какой-нибудь...
You'd have to be insane to want to live in such a place. Even a saint would want to stay dry.
Кто там? Лагерь можно разбить. Опыта. Так. До утра можно лечь спать? Сейчас перед закатом, давай, рассвет. Так, нам сюда? Ну, я же говорю, будет какой-нибудь чувачок. Броню убил. Хорошо. Да куда я врезался? Тихо. Оп. О, кстати, подожди. 8. Щит. Так, у меня вылезло что-то. Мешает. На тебя. Впирдолик. И впирдолик. Так. Так, что-то победил. Кого-то победил. Опять. Зачем победил? Почему победил? Ну, опыт получил. Так, так, так. Чё тут-то?
Hermits often choose places like this when they want to live away from the world.
Так, у меня фонарик работает, да? Все разрисовано. Да ты как... Тварик, что ты меня травишь? Молодец. Я там вижу сундук. Мышь, так, мышь. Какие-то новые, что ли? Тихо, а в эту не попало. На. Да не бойся. Тут хоть подинамичнее. Он эти двух уровней, что ли? О, что-то, что-то.
These murals are magnificent. If St. Matthias did come here, this is where he must have settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them.
Это типа Матеус, это вот это, тут слева, да? Вот он ему там что-то там дал или обучил. И тут там что-то. Так, ну давай сначала так.
This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native.
Ага.
This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enon Miel Frictiman. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. Looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago, and it undeniably comes from the continent.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias is often depicted or described as using a similar chaplet. Oh, I feel so lucky to be here. In this cavern where our founder lived.
Так, и чё? Это еще?
This mural is very
Да
ancient.
я уже было.
It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face
Еще
painted
два
by a
должно быть.
masked native.
Так, может быть туда? Как туда? Так, это я сюда вот здесь поднялся. Ага. Выше. Все, мимо. О, предстоятельность, выносливость. Жесть. У меня, получается, есть сейчас сет генерала. Сет предстоятельницы. Да я не могу. Так, мне еще два куска надо где-то. Я тогда не... Тут ничего нет. Это я здесь прыгнул. Во. Тупик.
I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another
И вон там,
sentence.
наверное, тот.
But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
Ага.
There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Menduis dad, enon mil frictimen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have...
Но тогда он не был святым, он тогда был просто священником.
I don't know if you realize the importance of what we've just discovered. Saint Matthias, the founder of Ptolemy, finished his life worshipping the islanders' god. This is so incredible. Although it will cause a huge
Это
upset
хорошо,
for our nation, our
наверное.
gods,
А
and
может
our
нет.
relations with the natives.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Ptolemy.
To think these old things could cause a civil war. Or long-lasting peace with the natives. It is a serious responsibility to decide what to do with them. But it isn't ours. Their saint, their decision.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Я не знаю. Я расскажу, пускай уже сами решают, открывать эту правду или нет, честно. Ой, я 24 хорошо так набил. 20, к 25-му. Ништяк. Так, я думаю, надо сейчас это выложу, сет. Что у меня по загрузке? А, хотя 213 500 на. Так. Так, мне куда? Тогда телепортнемся. Это, наверное. Не. Это. Да ёлки-палки, раскопок.
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet. I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence. With your support, we will convince her to reveal the truth.
I see. I will do my best to help you.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Опа.
Virgil. How did you know?
I'm afraid that your excellency's lies weren't very
Сейчас будем
convincing.
драться.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately.
Да пошел ты
so that
нахер.
they can be destroyed.
Будем драться.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Плевать на репутацию к телеме.
For our faith and for our nation. But since you refuse to comply with our orders,
А я сейчас ничего не могу сделать.
there's no choice.
Death to the heretics!
Ах ты ж падла какая.
To my help!
Да, блин. Набрать. Ударить. Ударить. Вергалиоса, сволочь.
Let's see who the enlightened will favor. Let's see who the enlightened will favor.
You think you can face a woman? I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Mateus. They will not dare to attack you there. Even if these men were the last forces that the Inquisition could send us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also...
Но есть риск, что
reject our
председательница в тюрьму нас
designs.
бросит.
And if you will allow me to attend the hearing, I would be delighted to support you.
Your help will be precious to us, Father. In any case, we must present our research to Mother Cardinal as soon as possible. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure I know all their content, and I will meet you at the palace in San Mateus to
Okay.
plead our case.
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia. Be careful.
Так, это, облутать, облутать. Все забыть. Где тут у нас? Брательник. Если учитывать, что предстоятельница является больше политиком, то на ее месте я бы сестру бы Евгению устроил бы несчастный случай, а торговому содружеству сказал бы закрыть варежку. Вот. Так, ну пошли куда там? В лагерь. Это, в принципе, и ожидаемо было. Ну, вот это вот. Что инквизиция, ну, не позволит. Это было бы глупо. Если бы инквизиция позволила опубликовать такие данные. Я себе симпатию сделал, да, получается, у телемцев? Нежданно и гадано. Да? Да. Я бы нафтов покачал бы. Так, 5 часов. Тихо, подожди. Я патронов сколько потратил? 20. Так.
Karanz, do you need something?
У тебя ничего нет, хорошо.
I must leave you. See you later.
Так, лечь спать. Лечь спать. Давай рассвет красить. Так, сначала... Встретиться с сестрой Евгенией через некоторое время. Где? Не пойму. Она там же осталась, сестра Евгения? Так, переместиться. Скобок. То, что в Сан-Матеусе она нет... А, может быть, она у предстоятельницы там находится в этом? Так, тут уже все покинули. Тут убежали все. Окей. Трупы валяются. Ну, тихо. Ночь. Давай. Рассвета. Тут не отображается. Я не знаю, где она может быть. Монетная, инквизитор Клаудиус, склад Г. Пойдем. Она сама давала этот квест, предстоятельница. Так, мы только сохранимся, а то меня сейчас, может, нападут. На площади. Для теократии такие новости, это, грубо говоря, подобно поводу для гражданской войны. О, этого нет.
Your Excellency. We were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sister Eugenia was just recounting me the tale of your achievements and telling me about the incredible discoveries you've made.
These relics shed a new light on the last years of our founder. It all demonstrates that he hadn't evangelized the islanders, but, on the contrary, he would even have adopted some of their rituals, merging the cult of the enlightened and the cult of nature in a single dogma.
These discoveries, if they can be verified, are extraordinary. But they also represent a great upheaval that could harm our nation. We must first verify their authenticity. You are the only ones who entered this cave. Could what you have witnessed been a falsification?
We discovered ancient frescoes on the walls of the cave. They represent Saint Matthias without a doubt. He is depicted with his chaplet. In one, he is praying for the divinity of the island. In the other, his face was being painted by a native. I understand how shocking these discoveries are, but their antiquity proves that they are genuine.
The tablets found at the site, however, attest that our founder had not abandoned the cult of the enlightened. He simply saw it as two different reflections of the same divine power.
The entrance to the cave was protected by one of those giant creatures that the natives call a Nardaik. These guardians usually protect sacred places and let no one enter without a fight. I had to kill this beast, which leads me to think that nobody had entered the cave for a very long time. The cavern we discovered is located in a very remote place. There is no island or village nearby. It contains some ruined dwellings, but clearly no one has lived there for a very long time. Fraudsters would inevitably have left traces of their passage, and we have not found any.
The relics could be authentic, Your Excellency, but we only have your word to convince us. The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented. We risk schism, civil war, and who is to say that this is not a plan to weaken us?
I understand your doubts, Your Eminence, but you yourself asked me to conduct the investigation. It seems to me that the best way to address this matter would be for you to go to the place yourself. Then you will see that what I've described to you is true.
I suppose you would not suggest such a thing if you had lied to me, but you are right. I need to see for myself what secrets this place hides.
Your Eminence, it seems to me that we are focused on the wrong aspect of the problem, politics. But our discoveries are above all a matter of faith in light and in truth. Teleme says to follow the path of Saint Matthias. Does she not have to follow it to the end?
You are not wrong. Who are we to question the Founder's choices?
Your Eminence, we are faced with a crucial choice for our nation. What does a man of faith do in such a dilemma? He prays and places his trust in the one who came before him and has shown more wisdom. Saint Matthias shows us a new way. If we are believers, can we really turn our backs on him?
You surprise me, Petrus. You who are always so political, yet your words seem sincere. You give me something to think about. Thank you. Does anyone wish to add anything?
Ну, как бы хранить такую, конечно, потому что ордены, группировки, откровения, я даже не... Ну, да... Предупредю.
Keeping a secret of this magnitude will increase violence and suspicion among your ranks. Too many people are already aware of the truth, which will inevitably be revealed. And how will you be judged then?
What you say sounds almost like a threat, Your Excellency. We are not prone to being intimidated. Thank you for your testimony. I will now retire to think about everything and make my decision. After careful consideration, I have decided that it is my duty to reveal your discoveries to the world. It will take years for our theologians to study all of this, but our dogma must follow the path opened by Saint Matthias.
Thank you, Your Eminence. I would be delighted to help with the study of these relics.
I don't doubt it, my dear. And I would like you to take me to see this cave. I look forward to worshipping at the place where our holy founder ended his days. As for you, Your Excellency, I thank you for the help you have given us. Your sincere insight has encouraged me to make this difficult decision.
It was my pleasure.
Let me also thank you, Your Excellency. Without you, we would still be in the shadows.
Прикольно. Ладно. Ладно, как-то так.